Mm. Day one. This is Navy Bill. First time doing this. It's been chaotic. Bear with me. Ridgecrest, California. This is day 9. I'm going to go back to day 1. This was day 9. This is Tuesday, July the 9th, Tuesday. We're going to go back, try to shift back a little bit on day 1. What happened 4th of July? 4th of July, like I said, this is Navy Bill checking in. And I'm trying to keep everybody update. A little late doing this because it's been kind of chaotic. So we're going to try to step through this. Ridgecrest, California. We had a 6-4 hit 4th of July, and we just was going about our everyday lives here doing the little 4th of July thing, getting ready. And here comes this 6-4 earthquake. We haven't had one, I guess, since '92 up here. That was similar. I talked to Channel 2, Channel 9 earlier, saying they were comparing the two. I'm going, this one was similar. The 6-4 was similar, but the 7-1, 6-4, 7-1, 7-2, it was much more stronger. And when the 6-4 hit, everything shook, kind of moved around the house a little bit, kind of, you know, you get this rolling type effect. We had one jar fall off the kitchen, the refrigerator top, off the refrigerator, down on the counter. That broke, and that was pretty much it. Oh, we made it through that. We made it through the 6-4. You know, here we go, and get everything picked up, get everything cleaned up. Everybody was okay, and we started preparing for the next one. You know, they were saying on the news, all the geologists, this is going to happen, that's going to happen, I really didn't think too much more of it. We went on and got ready. Like everybody's saying, oh, this one's coming, that's coming, or everybody's saying this is coming, that's coming, all this and all that. And it's like, so we got ready for it, but we really didn't prepare like we should have. We didn't really know what was coming. You really don't know, especially when you haven't felt nothing in a long time, you know, and might have been a small town too. Everybody pretty much helped everybody out. Everybody knew it, pretty much knows everybody. You know, the Naval Base, China Lake, they did their thing. Most of the people, you know, left, couldn't go back on the base after the first one. Stuff was falling all over the place and all this and all that. And so for us, we just had one jar to fall off the refrigerator and crack. Oh my goodness. And so we're sitting around. This is the next day, Friday, 6, 7 o'clock, whenever it was, 8 o'clock, 7 o'clock. Boom, here comes this thing. And I'm telling you, this thing was like, I would say, I don't know how to describe something like it. If you have never been in a big earthquake before, it was kind of like, to me, my wife was in there taking a shower. I told her, you know, hurry up, don't be taking too much time in there. And she was in there, finally got her out of there and got her out. Got outside, house shaking, stuff falling everywhere, car in the garage is moving. You know, it was big. It was really scary, and lights moving, everything's shaking pretty much this way, shaking kind of that way, and throwing things just everywhere. Racks falling over, CD racks falling over, stuff, all the stuff that I didn't take down, I should have took down out of the kitchen. Didn't take it down. Should have took it down. Glass everywhere, just coming out of the. Should have tied down or taped down the cupboards. It didn't do any of that. It's everywhere, all over the floor. Vases, glass, jars, pots, pans, refrigerator coming out, rolling out on the floor, all kind of stuff just happening. stuff all over the garage, stuff all over. And so we finally got out. Finally got out in front of the house. So I got in the front of the yard, and it's, how do you describe this? The trees are moving all over the place. People coming out of the yard. I'm looking at my neighbor's house there, my neighbor's house there. I'm looking at this house over here. You know, I'm looking at the fences, there are walls over there, and the trees are just swaying like palm trees, like you see in a hurricane. It's just, they're just going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. I go out there, and it was like this monster. It's like this beast coming up out of the ground. That's the only way I can explain it. It's like, it's roaring, it's rumbling, it's roaring like lions, like 1,000 or 1,000,000 lions, you know, rumbling and roaring. Boom, 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 and you hear this big roar, almost like a football stadium when somebody scores a touchdown, but 5 or 10 times louder. Yeah, because you can hear the stands and it's shaking and everything, people stomping their feet. It was like that, but at least 5 or 6 times louder. It was just crazy. I'm talking nuts. Nuts. It was like this beast coming up out of the dumb ground, like, we're going to get you, you know, that type of thing. And I'm going, hey, the earth is alive. You know, this earth, you know, that God created, it is alive. This thing is alive. It's just, and I understand all the scientific things in the plates and tectonic plates moving here, and the pressures and all, up and down, bumping and going under, one going over, pushing up over this way, going north, going west, and I have a basic idea how that was, but none of that stuff even mattered. I didn't care about any of the scientific jargon and stuff about. All I knew was like this thing was like trying to just take over. It's trying to take over. It's going crazy. You know, I'm out there. I just rebuked it. You know, Jesus spoke to the wind and the waves. He rebuked the storm, you know. He cursed the mulberry bush, you know, talking about the rocks crying out, the, you know, if the people didn't praise him and things like that. You know, so nature, you know, Book of Romans talk about nature too. It's the earth is waiting for the revealing of the Son of Man. It talks about it's in travail, like a woman having a baby with the tremors similar to the birth pains, and each month it gets harder and harder and harder and harder. You know, so this thing is alive. This thing is in travail. This thing is unsettled. You know, it's groaning and it's moaning and stuff like that. In that perspective, apocalyptic perspective, or end time perspective, if you want to look at it that way. Dealing with the end times, last days, end times, that type of thing. We're pretty much at the end of that. We were here, and then we were here, and then you get up to almost the end of the 6,000 years. So we're kind of like right here before we go off into the millennium and things like that, the 7-day, 7,000 year millennium, things like that. Have a lot of time to explain all that. I'll do that later when I get back. But this thing is roaring. We're in the front yard, and it's roaring, you know, stuff's shaking. And now here comes the rolling part after the shaking part. That was so dangerous about the 7.1. You got the shaking, front, back, left and right, stuff going across the room, this and that, cars moving, everything scooting up against the fences, walls falling down, all this kind of crazy stuff going on. And then you had the rolling, the roaring and the rolling. Boom, you know, like a, you know, and boom, and it's like, and I'm going, stop it, that's enough. You know, in Jesus' name, I'm pointing at the ground, I'm looking out there, this needs to stop. Stop, enough, peace, be still, stop this right now. I didn't know what else to do. I grew up back in the Midwest, India. I'm an Indiana boy, Indianapolis, Indiana. Yay, go Indy. I'm a Hoosier. I grew up with earthquakes. I grew up with tornadoes. And bear with me. It's my first time YouTube and doing video. Just bear with me. It's still kind of hyped up, you know, nervous. Everybody's still kind of on edge. So I'll get through this. I grew up with tornadoes. From Florida, you grew up probably with hurricanes and things like that. Something like that, you got a warning. Here it comes. You know, it's coming across whatever, the south side, east side, from the country, whatever, it's coming in. Sky's dark, sirens are going off, and like, so we all head to the basement or the cellar. People doing the hurricane things, they pack up, board up, and head on inland. They going to whatever, Tennessee somewhere, Chicago somewhere, coming on in, and at least you have a warning and something like that. And then when it passes, pretty much come on out, pick up the trash cans and whatever damage you had, as long as it didn't hit right on you, or a tornado might go over you, you see it. But there's some kind of warning. With this thing out here in California, what do? There's no warning. There's nothing. I don't care what the cell phones are doing or what they're saying, all these apps and all this kind of nonsense. There is no warning at all. Thing just comes in. And like I said, it's like something coming up out of the ground. It's like it's alive. It's crazy. It's nuts. You're discombobulated. You don't know which way to go. Your equilibrium's all off. You can't see. Your eyes are all, blurred out and everything's turned around. Your legs are crippling. Your knees, your balance, your ankles, everything. Your back, your spine, everything. The whole body is disjointed. It's worse. So like you see a drunk person walking down the street. Somebody's been drinking too much. It's like, you don't know which way to go. Do I go down this way? I go this way. I get down under the tables. All this, do I go up? Do I go out? I went out in the yard into the street. Most of my neighbors got up on their tables and things like that. And I said, well, this has just got to stop. I just want you to stop. Just stop. Everything would be okay if you would just stop. Stop it now. Thank God nobody was hurt. And then after that, we all went in, looked at all the damage. There were sirens, helicopters, planes, people coming in from here and there all over the place. All of the surrounding areas, everybody's coming in. Got everything all settled. And we regrouped. And like I said, thank God nobody was hurt. Nobody was hurt in the city of Ridgecrest. And on the base where some of the military people are, they live there. And we got through it. We camped out that night. We didn't come in. We camped out that night and made sure everybody was okay. People sleeping in their trucks, sleeping in their cars. Had water and food out there, like you see pretty much doing the recovery thing and rescue things and people helping people, first aid and all this kind of stuff. And so everybody just stayed outside on the front patios and slept in the cars and the trucks. The police came by, did a good job for the city. The city was just incredible how they handled everything. People being taken care of, and I think I didn't get to sleep till at 3 o'clock that night. I said right around 3 o'clock that night, I didn't get to sleep. So, because they were coming down checking everything. Are you okay? You're okay? You okay? Another policeman come down. Another policeman come down. You okay? You're okay? You're okay? From the fire truck came down. Everybody's checking on everybody. It's about 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, 5 o'clock in the morning. It was just around the clock. So they did a really good job in helping everybody out. And got up, we just cleaned everything up, and most people got in their RVs and campers that was really shaky, really scared. Ooh, they were just like, it's like, calm down, breathe, get in the car, take a trip, and I'll cover some of those things, what you need to do. I lived it, I've been in it. I know I can tell you what to do, some of the safety precautions and things like that, and what you need to do. It's like, get in the car, settle down, get the girls out of here, get the boys out of here, get your family, go east, go north, go west, or whatever, but just get out of here. Go visit your relatives. Somebody went to Palm Springs. One friend of mine went to Texas, up to San Francisco. Another friend of mine went to Vegas. Matter of fact, I'm supposed to be in Vegas now. I was going to leave this morning, head on over to Vegas, and I decided to stay to do the video, kind of put this out there. Maybe it can help somebody. But the first thing you want to do is stay calm. Stay calm. And the next video I'll put it. I'm going to actually show you what you need to do in the house. Some of the safety precautions in the house. Secure your gas line, turn it off. Number 1. Number 2, turn off your water. It's just a valve out in front of your house. If you know where your water mains is, turn off your water. Turn off your gas. I did gas first. It's like, let's get this thing cut off quick. It's like the water, okay, gas. Let's turn this crazy gas off, you know. So I get the gas off, and that's number one. Number two is turn off your water. Just turn it clockwise, righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. Turn it, and that would turn your water off. Go up to the water hose, your faucet, and let the pressure out of the pipes. And three, go to your breaker panel. Look for the main breaker, your 100 amps, turn that off. If you want to turn them all off, fine. You can't find your main breakers. They're usually 200 amp breakers on your breaker panel. Turn that off. Turn them off, and it will kill everything in the house. If you want to turn them all off, go right ahead. That'll make you feel even better. Just turn everything off. You don't have to turn everything off if you know the breakers, the 100 amp breakers, your main breakers. But if it makes you feel better, just turn them all off. When in doubt, just kill everything, right? Just turn it off. That's number three. And number four, make sure you got your food, water, shelter, got a place to go. Make sure you got, plenty of gas in your vehicles to get where you're going. Check on your family and all that. Make sure everybody's okay. Get a head count. Muster is what it's called. Muster everybody up like they do in the military. Time to muster. Everybody, roll call. Everybody's here. Everybody's safe. Once you get that, because a lot of people didn't know where their family were. They were freaking out. They had no roll call. They had no muster, no chain of command, from the top down, no management, nothing, just completely, because it'll throw your whole, everything off, your whole schedule, it's gone. I don't care how smart you are, how many degrees you got, who you think, it has nothing to do with any of that. You have to be prepared, You have to be prepared, period. And a lot of us wasn't. We are now because we went through it too. Like I said, they were talking about this last night. We had nobody hurt, nobody died, and to have this kind of, at the men's Bible study last night, Calvary Chapel, Ridgecrest men's Bible study, and they brought this up. Nobody died, nobody really got hurt that we know of. To have two earthquakes back to back like that, one Thursday and one Friday at that magnitude, that was nothing but a miracle. That was nothing but God's hedge of protection around us in this valley. Christians praying all over the place, Christians outside the city, relatives everywhere. There was a hedge of protection, I believe, around this city and the surrounding cities, in Ukraine, Trona, Johannesburg, the Searles Valley, and so on and so on. Ridgecrest, there was a hedge of protection around us, which protected the people, because that's really rare to hit something like that, to hit us like that, and no fatalities and things like that. That's a miracle. It's just a miracle. I don't know how you would explain it. And I know we are a small town. We don't have all the skyscrapers in LA and Chicago and whatever, San Francisco, but even still. I heard my daughter told me one of her friends' mom almost drowned. Oh my goodness, let me tell you about the swimming pool. Oh my goodness, the swimming pool. Woo! I guess she falls in when everything took off. It was either the 6 or the 7. She falls into the swimming pool and it's shaking, the water's going everywhere. Water's going everywhere. I said, what happened? What happened? She goes, boom, this thing comes up. The water pretty much almost literally grabs her, I guess, smacks her in the face or whatever. She flipped over that way. She goes into the water. And you got to remember, in a swimming pool, the ground is moving. So it's almost like taking a big old bowl of water in your hands and you're doing this to the bowl. A big old bowl of water. You're doing this, or a big old pot of water. You're doing that to it. And then you do this to it. So get it in your mind, shaking a pot of water like this, a big bowl of water. And then you do this to it again. Then you do that. Now put something inside there. A little cork or whatever you want to put in there. Put something in there that floats around. Then do it again. Then you see this thing going here, it's going there, it's going down, it's going up, it's smacking up against the walls, it's smacking here, And then if you go from the shallow to the deep, you're really in trouble. Now, if you're in the shallow, you might be able to get out in the shallow water. Maybe. Because the water's still smacking you in the back. It's hitting you in the face. It's going down your throat, And I got a water bottle right here. It's kind of like this here too. You got this water here and you're up here floating around here. Then just turn it upside down because all the water went down and it's coming back up. Now you're trying to get back up to the top here. You're trying to get back up to the top, floating around. And then it sloshes this way, you know. And here you're trying to get some, all you drinking water, taking on water, could be drowning or banging your head up against the sides. And then it flips up again, the water, because it's doing this. It's doing that type of thing. And so I guess they got her out. She's okay from here. Yes, they got her out. They said she almost drowned, you know. And if it smacks you too hard against the head up against the side of the swimming pool, it'll knock you out. You're knocked out. Hey, Navy Bill, I'm just being for real with you. It's like, get out. This is, there's no nonsense, no Mickey Mouse stuff here. This is for real. Get out of it. Get out quick. If there's anything going on, don't get in it. Stay out of it. Just stay out of it. Mark it off. Shut the gate. Stay out of it. Keep the kids away from it, because that water is still moving. You got to remember too, when the earth stops moving, the water don't stop moving. When the earth stops, everything is settled down. That water is still moving. It doesn't stop because the earth stopped. My son has a 2-story house. Josh, he said he's back there. And his patio, he's got a balcony right there where the top second floor is. He's got a balcony up there. Down here is here. And the pool is actually over here. The pool's not even under the balcony in the backyard. The pool is over here, away from the balcony, off to the side of the yard, on a different part of the yard. He said he saw the water when that thing hit. He saw the water from the swimming pool come out of the swimming pool, flood the backyard, sloshing around, and when it smacked up, that's how hard it hit the side of that pool. It smacked up against the side of the pool. That water went up to the second story. I didn't believe him at first. He said the water went up to the second story and went on top of the daggone balcony, where he's got the balcony you walk out on from your bedrooms, on the second floor. That's how powerful that water is hitting up against the side of that swimming pool. It just hit and it went up. It went up on the second floor balcony. I go, come on, man, give me a break. No, Josh, no. No, it's like, no, Josh, come on. Hey, dude, no, you talking crazy. He's like, no, come on. It's like, no, I go, he goes, no, Dad, I'm for real. He said, Dad, listen to me. I'm telling you what I saw. I saw it. He goes, look, I said, you saw it from there to there. I swim in it all the time. He goes, I saw it. It went up on the balcony. I go, man, this is crazy. So it's unbelievable. I mean, stuff that we went through in this town of Ridgecrest, it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. And this is Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, day 6. Day 6. So I kind of covered a little bit from day 1, day 2, day 3. We're still getting tremors from on day 3. Day 4, still getting tremors. We're getting aftershocks. You're going to get the side effects and aftershocks and things like that. The 1.1s, the 2.2s, the 3.3s, the 4s, the 4.5s and things like that. As long as we stay under 4, stay under 5, stay under 4, man, it's okay. I can handle that. Hey, I don't want to feel nothing. Anyway, I don't want to feel nothing no way. So as long as it's, Lord willing, everything's just like it and everything will calm down. I want to hear no more stuff about the big ones coming and all this old nonsense. Forget that, Pray against that. Rebuke that. Don't accept that report. Turn the app off. Quit looking at all the aftershocks and all this kind of stuff. And get on your knees and just start praying. Just start praying. God will hear you. Just start praying. If you're sincere, He will hear you. I don't care if you're not a believer. Pray anyway. I don't care. I'm telling you, this is some crazy stuff. I'm telling you. I'm serious. I don't care. I don't care what you think or what you've been told. Get on your knees and ask God to, intervene and keep people safe. Keep our nation safe. Keep our cities safe. Your neighbors safe. All our military people. Keep these guys safe. Keep the Navy, Air Force, Marine. I'm Navy. Yeah. I'm 4 years in the Navy, and I work at a Naval Base, Channel Lake Naval Weapons Center. And the rest of the people. And don't think too. That's another thing I want to mention too. Don't think because you're not in Ridgecrest, California, that this can't affect you. Like I said, we're talking end times, Revelation, end times, last days. A pot can't even say the word. Good grief, said it 1,000 times already today. That you won't be affected, because you're not here in a place where they're having earthquakes and things like that. Things are happening everywhere now. It doesn't matter where you live at. We just happen to be living closer to the shifting and the plates and faults and things like that. And so we're going to feel them a little bit more than anybody else. But pretty much anymore, it doesn't matter. They said it would be earthquakes in various places. I think Matthew 24, and all the different things going on in different places, uncommon places, strange places, weird places, places that things like this ain't supposed to be happening. It's going to be happening everywhere. So don't think because you're in the Ridgecrest, you're not going to be affected by it. You're going to be affected, sister. Brother, I'm telling you, I know what I'm talking about. You will be affected. Look at us. We're like, we haven't had something in 20-some years. Oh, everything's cool. Everything's great. Boom! Bang! Roaring. Like this big monster coming up out of the ground. This beast. That's what it felt like to me. It's like I was going up against something that was alive, and it was crazy. So let's go back over it again. 1, get that gas off, get your crescent wrench, go out there and turn it. Go practice, right? I mean, even if you don't live out here, you haven't even had a earthquake. Go out there and do some drilling, do some practicing. Get that wrench, that big crescent wrench, and turn that valve on your gas valve. If it's pointing straight up, vertically like that, it's on with your pipe. Going the same direction with your pipe. If it goes to the horizontal, perpendicular against the pipe as it come in, if it's going that way, then it's off. It's pretty much off. Go out there to your water, up in the front, on the side, get down there, turn it clockwise because it's already on. Counterclockwise, turn it clockwise to the right. Just hand tight it, don't crank it all the way down real hard and try to break the valve off and nothing like that. Your water faucet out there for your mains. Just turn it till it goes off, hand tight, and then get over to that breaker panel and hit that breaker panel and turn that power off. More likely your power might be off anyway. You're probably gonna lose your power anyway, because usually the breakers will go, or they'll lose main power. Edison and the boys will lose main power. Usually that's what happened to us. The power went out. They got it back on later. Usually that's gonna go out anyway, but still turn the breakers off. Get that off, and then get away from the house. Do not stay in the house. Get up, if everything's okay, get out from under that table and get on out of there. Get everybody out of there. When it's safe, when everything is safe. Thanks for listening. Like I said, I'll get back and I'll do some demonstrations showing you how to turn everything off physically so you can see it. This is just a quick shot. Like I said, I really wasn't supposed to be here today. I was heading over to Henderson to go visit some people, maybe not. I'm going to probably hang around here for a while. And I probably won't go anywhere because everybody's still trying to help each other and put everything back together, trying to get everything settled back down. It's nice knowing everybody, seeing everybody. Thanks for watching, and hope this helped. And stay safe. Later. Day 7. Hi, this is Navy Bill. I'm back with day 7 with the Ridgecrest earthquakes going on. We're at day 7 from the 4th of July, Wednesday. And I'm going to show you the basic things that you need to do. Very, very, very basic. The very basic things you need to do when you have something like this. Earthquake, everything's chaotic going on, to secure your house before you leave your house. So we're going to go down to the gas valve, and I'm going to show you basically, you're going to need, this rascal's been in the sun, it's kind of hot, but you're going to need a crescent wrench. I'll say medium-sized crescent wrench should do it so you can adjust it. And I want you to come down here to the gas. There's the gas line right here. Meter, gas line, like I said the other night. This is the line, you want this line here coming up out of the ground right here. Don't mess with anything else, but this line coming up out of the ground right here, it's got a valve on it right here. You want to take your crescent wrench and put it on that valve. This valve right here. It goes horizontal, vertical, horizontal, vertical. Right now the gas is on. The gas is on. So I'll straighten it up. I didn't turn it all the way up, but you can hear it come on. So there we go. You just turn it It's a little snug. So now it's vertical with the pipe. There's the pipe, there's the valve. Here's the pipe, there's the valve, gas is coming up. It's vertical with the pipe. When you see it vertical with the pipe, it means it's on. When you want to turn it off, you put the crescent wrench back on there, and you come down. You don't have to crank real hard. If it's a little tight, don't worry about it. Just come down and turn it. I'm not going to turn it, but you turn it, and it will come all the way down in the horizontal position. The gas will go off, and you should hear it. You hear the gas come up through the pipe. That will turn that gas off and keep it from going out through the house. That's how you do that. The next place we're going to move to is the water valve, or your water mains going to your house. These are the three main things you want to do when you go through an earthquake and something like this. The very basic things: gas, water, and electrical. So now let's go down to the water valve and shut that off. Day 7, this is Navy Bill again. Here we go with another video. We're going to go to the water line, just going up to your house, not the water hose, not the water hose, the faucets, but the water line out by your curb, on the side of your house, the mains. We're going to come in here. Usually most of them in a green box or a brown box or a gray box. So we're going to open up, take the box off, set the lid off, and inside here you can see where your line coming in from the city. There's your water line coming in from the city. It's got a valve right there. Mine's a little dirty, but there's your valve with all your numbers. And there's your valve right there. So the water's already on. So you go clockwise for the water to be on, and you're going to turn it. I'll turn it a couple of times. You're going to turn it clockwise to turn it off, the water, until it gets tight. When it gets hand tight, tighten it hand tight, and back off of it and leave it alone. So I'm turning it off right now. So when it gets tight, just get off of it and back off of it. I'm going to turn it back on. Counterclockwise is open, on. Clockwise is off. Righty-tighty, lefty-loosey, just like we talked about the other day. So that's the mains going to your home. That's the mains going to your home that would shut the water off between the city and your house. You want that off just in case the earthquake hit and you get aftershocks, or it comes back, or whatever it does. It doesn't bust. Those lines got pressure on them. It's water pressure. That's how the water comes down through your pipes in your shower. Got a little pressure on there. So when things are shaking like this, you know, you don't want that water pressure on them. When them lines break, you don't want water going anywhere. This will stop it. Even if the pipes break, this will stop it from water going up and flooding your house out. Got it? Next, we're going to move to the electric panel, the breaker panel, and we're going to show you how to turn those breakers off. You ready? Day 7 again, Navy Bill. I'm back here with day 7. Now we're at the breaker panel, or what they call your breaker box. There's your meter for your electrical. It's spinning like it always is. And you're going to come up here to your breaker panel. Here's the panel with all your rooms and bedrooms and refrigerator, living room, garage, so on and so on. You want to go to the mains, the 100-watt mains, 100-amp mains. Right here, you got 2 of them. So you want to throw the mains off, and it's going to kill the power to the whole breaker panel. There's the 100-amp mains. There's 2 of them. And sometimes they have a bar across there, and the bar will throw both of them off. Or some of them mines are single. So there's 100-amp mains. You want to throw them off. They're on now, and I'm not going to throw them off because they're on. But you just grab them, push. No matter how tight they feel, just force it over. You feel it coming, just force it on over. And it will kill all the power to the house. And if you're not sure, or if you don't see 100 on the breaker, you don't see your 100-amp mains, then just turn everything off. Click, 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 click. Just throw everything off just to be sure. Like I said, when in doubt, just throw everything off. At least you got it. At least you know you got it. That will kill the power. Here we go again. From the transformer coming down to your house, that will kill that power and kill everything else inside. That will open up everything inside. That will at least keep things from catching on fire or shorting out. And like I said, normally, if you lose power, the city, it's going to go off anyway. But if you're on the safe side, I just throw all the breakers off because you don't know what's going to happen. At least that'll kill the power going into the house. So we got 1, we got our gas off, turn the valves off for our gas, going to the house. 2, we got the water mains off, doing an earthquake after it stopped shaking, or If you're close to it, you can just do it whenever you can get it. That's 2. And 3, gonna go to this breaker panel and hit those 100 amp mains and turn them off, or just turn everything back off till everything settles back down. That's what I did. That's what pretty much everybody else in the neighborhood did. Gas, water, and electrical. It doesn't have to really be in that order. That's just the order I did it in. You can do electrical, water, gas. I just think the gas should go off first, because you don't want stuff exploding and gas leaking and things like that. Get the gas first, water, electrical, or gas, electrical, water. How you gonna do it? But get that gas first. Thanks a lot. This is day 7. I think that's it till day 8 of Ridgecrest Earthquakes. Navy Bill checking out. Thanks a lot.